Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq. According to Grandview Research, the global diamond market size was valued at $87.3 billion in 2018, is predicted to grow at a CAGR of 3% from 2019 to 2030. Joining me to discuss the impact of COVID-19 on the diamond industry is Amish Shah, president of ALTR Diamonds. Amish, it's great to see you, as always, although I do miss being in studio throughout the year with you and modeling all the spectacular jewelry your team brings to us. And just like any other industry, yours has certainly been impacted with COVID-19.
Absolutely. Just like every industry, post-March, overall industry revenues down. The month of April there was literally no revenue. The month of May was about 80%. But the month of June is very interesting. We're seeing almost like a V take off. The sales are up almost 50% from the previous month. So it's down from what you would expect. However, jewelry is very symbolic. And if you look at the previous epidemics, almost 100 years, or all the different instances that brought lives to a standstill, jewelry has always had a fast comeback. And once again, we're seeing that people are expressing and they're using jewelry as the symbol.
What about the impact on the global supply chain and production of mined diamonds?
The overall supply chain is very strongly disrupted. I think in the mined diamond category, the midstream is actually very highly loaded. There's over $5 billion of goods, and stores are already having enough merchandise. What is very interesting is the Indian diamond community in India has put an import moratorium, and they're not even taking goods from this miners. India cuts 92% of the diamonds, and with this moratorium, if you look, small mines have gone into care and maintenance, and I believe the larger mines are going to see some red numbers. So logistics is tough. Diamond manufacturing is on a hold, and the midstream is very heavily loaded. So I think that's where it's almost, if you think about it, this year, there is really not going to be any more need for fresh diamonds to be mined, cut and polished, and to be put in the system, and there's enough for consumption.
Mm-hmm. How about lab-grown diamond category? How has that been impacted?
Created has a very interesting scenario. It's grown year over year when we look at it from 2016. Post-opening, what we're seeing is there is a strong uptick in demand. Aspirational consumers don't always sink in with this change in size of pocket. So a larger and a more beautiful diamond has got even more appealing. Also, authenticity is playing a strong role. Digitalization has taken a very strong positioning. From the side of the production, when you look at it, one of the strengths of the created industry is the technology is owned by the growers and the plants are not bank financed. Hence, they're not heavily leveraged and they're actually able to put more goods into the system. So one side, demand is growing fast. And right now, because of the logistical supply issue, there's actually a short period of shortage. We're hoping that by September we catch up. So the mind and the creator are right now in two very different spaces.
How about consumer sentiment? Let's go back there on the diamond and jewelry categories. Even with the wedding season, a lot of weddings are still taking place by Zoom and smaller ceremonies. But what are some of the trends that you're seeing with the wedding jewelry?
See, love sees no bounds, and when you want to get married, there is many ways. Some held their marriages till next year and are holding the hands and are still together, and they'll stay together until next year and get married. The others got married on Zoom. In terms of trends on jewelry, I think what we're seeing is actually an increased spending by the ones that could afford in jewelry. So the engagement rings that were supposed to be purchased, we have almost like a rush from the last 3 months. Fancy shapes are very, very strong. An oval shaped diamond, a pear shaped diamond. Of course, nothing beats a round classic. Mm-hmm. And as always, gifting. So, we crossed Mother's Day this year with this virus scenario. So a lot of those delayed gifts are being purchased. So thankfully, right now, the industry sees a very strong uptick from that perspective. From a design perspective, the classical jewelry, which is the engagements, the classic solitaires, but also a lot of gifts.
All right, Amish, great to see you. I hope we are back together at Market Site for the holidays.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Jill.
All right, you got it. And thanks for joining me on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.